This is the IRA contract. It's very, very similar to what you're used to. The book page requirement has not changed. The written responses, projects, quality level are all the same. I've just added a little bit of a point system to try to help you decide on what you need to do for your book. And also to alleviate issues, I had a few people that only did written responses thinking those were a project, and they're not. There's a difference. The written responses are short little response pieces or reflections about your book. The projects are a little bit more detailed. First of all, you must have one written response for every book you are including in your page requirement. These responses must also total 10 points. It is very possible that you'll have more than 10 points. The reason why I put that paragraph in is that if you are a reader and you are reading past the 1,000 pages, then you don't have to do a book like a response, written response or a project with that if you don't want. I will say that the more that you do, the better chance of getting the full amount of points for the project will be. So, if for 4 points, those discussion posts, and I've changed it just a little bit. First of all, the discussion posts still need to be 150 words, but they also need to include 2 peer responses. And don't worry, I will set time during the class period, or it will be a bell ringer where you will need to have either tell your friends to read, or if you title the discussion post with the title of the book, I will have other people in the class look to see if they've also read it and add a discussion post. So you won't get docked if other people don't respond, but it's up to you also, though, to help. Ask a couple of your friends to look at it and respond, okay? And if you respond to peers, you also get points. So it's not like they're doing a freebie. They're going to also be getting points for this. So 2 points. If you do the log sheets that as you're reading the book, you can get 2 points for that. You get 2 points for those personal response sheets. You have to have at least 3 sentences in each box. You can keep one of those boxes blank if you can't think of something to write. And then the 1 point. It's responding to the peers discussion post using at least 100 words, and you can do that up to 3 times. And then I also included the wrap it up sheet. If you like those sheets and you want to use those, then you may. Now, projects. You need to have enough projects to total 20 points. It is up to you how many projects you need to do based on the point value. So, 10 points for a book club. You need to either pay attention to me in class or listen to the video of me explaining the book club. I've made it a little bit more detail-oriented. It still should not be any more time or effort than you have been doing in the past, but it will help me keep track of the book clubs a little bit easier. 5 points for writing ideas about your books, and again, I also have a video explaining that. I've found a lot of creative ideas on how to write little kind of mashups of 2 different stories or different characters from different books, and I'm kind of excited to see what you guys will do with those. And then you may still do a project of choice, but I don't want a poster. Absolutely no posters. There are a lot of things you can do. I saw a lot of great ideas come up this 9 weeks. This past 9 weeks, that is. Now I put negotiable because it's up to you and me to decide how many points, and sometimes it's just a matter of how much time and energy and effort, and even maybe a little bit on the money value, money thing, although I don't want you to spend a lot of money, if any, on the projects. I do know that some of you do. So this can be negotiable, and we can kind of decide even after the project is finished or about halfway through, how many points is this worth? You also have to have a 150-word written explanation of the project to show high-level thinking. So you also have to have a little bit of a written component there. And then you can also get 10 points for a high-quality movie trailer, but it has to be uploaded to YouTube. You've got to figure that out, or it has to be something that you can put into discussions and we can all look at it. So the difference, the only difference between A, B, C, or D is how much you have to do. So if you look at the B, it drops to 8 points, C drops to 6 points, D drops to 4 points. And this is the only place I changed the value. I did go from 300 to 250. So I have increments of 250 pages there for different grades. And then you need a project totaling at least 5 points, and that 5 points could be one of those paper ideas. You could create some smaller version of a project for 5 points. You could do a comic strip. You know, there are a lot of things that you can still do in order to get the maximum of a D+, but that's, you know, better than a 0, and I don't expect any zeros again. Now tomorrow, or actually October 20th, we will be going over this checklist in class. If you weren't here and you're confused, just let me know. But this is worth 10 points, so it's you need to get that turned in as soon as possible if you were absent. Fall break, if you turn in a written response by this coming Wednesday, you'll get a treat, 1 per book. So I'm, you know, hoping that a lot of people read a lot. I know I did. Oh, and I guess that is it for right now. Be sure that you look at all the other resources. I'm kind of excited. I think I've made it not necessarily easier, but I did put a little bit more of an emphasis on writing and reading, of course. So there you go.